What's your Flash hot take? That's what somebody asked on Twitter earlier today, and I have a thought, so let's talk about it. Now, normally when I see a post like this, I give my default answer, which is Wally West is the best Flash and y'all can get over it. Which is still true, because truthfully, the only people who will even look me dead in the eye and say that Barry Allen is the better Flash is because you've just sat through so many seasons of the show and it's rotted your brain. I also hold Jeff Johns responsible for this generation of Barry Allen lovers because of Flash Rebirth, because truthfully, before this comic book, no one cared about Barry Allen. He wasn't interesting prior to his death, and he just didn't matter. But no, I have a different hot take for you today. This could have been the Wally West we all know and love. Like, yes, I know now he's Wallace West and he's another cousin of Wally West, but like, we didn't need to do all that. Because this happened during the New 52, where originally this was just going to be a race change of Wally because of the TV show. Like, they called him Wally, they were gonna push him, they were gonna do this whole thing, but they really didn't execute it well. And now we live in this weird situation where there's two Wallys and it doesn't make sense. There happen to be two cousins that were both named after their grandfather, and it's just like, huh? To be honest with you, the biggest thing in my opinion that kind of cemented the whole Wallace isn't Wally thing for a lot of people was the fact that he wasn't with the Titans in continuity. They could have put him with them, but the problem was they didn't really reboot the universe well. They kind of just had this weird problem where everybody rebooted except for Green Lantern and Batman. They were like, oh, we just did all this stuff with the emotional spectrum, and no, we don't want to have to reintroduce all the Robins and yada yada, so everyone's rebooted except for these two. But then they did this weird thing during the New 52 called Titans Hunt, where like Dick and Donna and Garth and Roy and Mal and Karen and Omen, they all got together and were like, were we a team before? Like, were we? I don't remember, and it was just weird. And then DC Rebirth happened, and they just put Wally back into canon, and we're like, no, there's two Wallys, just deal with it. And then they had him back with the Titans, and we're like, oh, Wally's back, yay, Wally. But it's like, we could have avoided this if you would just made Wallace the original Wally and put him with that team. So now you have this character that just kind of exists. They're not really doing anything with him. You have like him and Bart, and Wally is now the Flash, and it's very odd. And I feel like DC's afraid to like erase him from canon because there's some fans from the TV show or other black fans that enjoy him, and he's just there. He doesn't do anything now. So we could have saved a lot of headache if he was just the main Wally, but let me know what y'all think in the comments. Have a great day.